For years, the County of San Diego has been told to save for a rainy day. Because of that mentality, we have maintained one of the most disciplined reserve policies in the country, tucking away hundreds of millions of dollars. We were told those funds were for emergencies. Well, look around you. Look around the South Bay. Look around at the federal budget cuts looming over our seniors and working families. The rainy day, better yet, the storm is already here. When I ran to be District 1 Supervisor, I made a clear promise to its residents. If we unlock these reserves, I would fight to make sure South Bay, where communities face the greatest risks and the fewest resources, received their fair share. I promised these dollars would be put to work immediately, not left sitting on a balance sheet, to deliver on real protections for District 1 residents. Last September, this board took a historic step to unlock these reserves and placed a powerful key into our hands. Today, I am here to lay out exactly how we must use that key to protect the people who place their trust in me to represent them. First, we must address the ongoing disaster that is the Tijuana River Valley crisis. For decades, our residents have been treated like second-class citizens. They're breathing air that not only smells like rotten eggs, but is making these families sick more and more every day. Our kids can't play outside. We can't enjoy our beaches. It's shuttering small businesses. And the fact is, we can't breathe. I've heard directly from community members like Berta from San Isidro on how she can't sleep at night due to the smell. Or Bobby Otero from Nestor, who was interviewed by KPBS and said that she can't even taste the smell. I know myself is something I face every day. This morning I walked out from my home and was hit with that foul smell as well. Can you imagine that being normal in your life? Our residents are not exaggerating. That's how bad it really is. And I'm right there with them as a longtime IB resident. Our community can't and shouldn't have to live like this. We have had enough. We've had enough discussion. We are no longer brushing this crisis under the rug. The days of hoping it just goes away, downplaying the severity, or waiting for someone else to come along and fix it are over. Just this past week, a sewage pipe collapsed on the Mexican side. This is not an isolated event. These infrastructure failures are something that can and will continue to happen. We can't wait for our international partners or our federal Trump administration for their slow action. The county has the power to act, and we must use that power now. My Unlocked Reserves framework calls for an immediate $19.25 million Phase 1 package to move us forward in that direction. We are calling for $4 million to get high-grade air purifiers into the homes of residents who are literally being poisoned by the air they breathe every day. This investment will provide immediate relief to thousands of South Bay residents that have to suffer through the toxic fumes and pervasive hydrogen sulfide impacts emanating from the river valley while long-term infrastructure is solved. We're also demanding $250,000 for 10 new state-of-the-art air monitors to accurately record real-time data and capture the scope of this crisis. These monitors can capture air pollution data and help inform residents when hydrogen sulfide thresholds have been exceeded. We already have some out there, but they're not enough, and they need to be from a much superior caliber. And we are directing $15 million toward infrastructure, including a one-time funding advance to upgrade the Saturn Blvd hotspot and a new water treatment pilot project. I've said it many times, this isn't just an environmental issue, this is a public health emergency, and we have the money to provide relief even if it's just temporary, to thousands of residents that are suffering right now. But this isn't our only threat. The sewage crisis isn't our only threat. Under federal changes, H.R. 1, the resource safety net for our most vulnerable residents, is being shredded. District 1 has the highest concentration of Medi-Cal and CalFresh recipients, with roughly 300 to 340,000 individuals who rely on Medi-Cal for health coverage. That's about 40% of the county. And roughly 130,000 residents in District 1 rely on CalFresh. When the federal government fails us, the county must step up. I am proposing $20 to $40 million, a $40 million stabilization fund to ensure that no senior loses their health care because of barrier imposing paperwork, and no family goes hungry because of new access limited federal work requirements. We're also asking for $5 million to expand the shallow rental subsidy program. It's far cheaper to keep a senior in their home with a small subsidy than it is to provide for them once they fall into homelessness. This is common sense, fiscally responsible governance. I want to emphasize that this discussion is limited to the $81 million in unlocked reserves for fiscal year 26-27. Rest assured, we will return next year to continue advocating for District 1 and ensure we receive our fair share. Using these reserves is not spending, it is protecting. It is protecting the air our children breathe. It is protecting the healthcare our seniors rely on. It is protecting the dignity of every resident in South County. The Chief Administrative Officer is currently reviewing these priorities, and I am asking, alongside the crowd of community leaders, members, and advocates standing behind me here today, for my colleagues on the board to join us in taking action to fund the fix. No more delays, no more excuses. This so-called rainy day money is there. The need is there. The rainy day is an actual storm that has already arrived, and we are calling for the district to have its fair share.